Hi everyone, it's Natasha. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show you how to make folders for your planner. These can be for your fedoras, Midoris, any kind of dory that you have. They can also go into regular planners for extra sticker storage. So I'm going to show you how to make these today. It's pretty simple. What you're going to need are file folders, or you can do a thick craft paper, some scissors, a ruler of some kind, a hole punch, some glue or strong adhesive. Optional would be a corner rounder. An X-Acto knife would come in handy as well, but it is optional, and a pencil to mark your lines. I always try to list supplies and links below for you guys, so make sure you check that out. Let's get started. What you want to do is find your measurements for your inserts. We're going to be doing a pocket or field note size because I have a field note size notebook. This is universal, so you can use this for any size that you have. The pocket size is 3.5 by 5.5. All the measurements for the pocket, the border, and everything else is going to be universal. This is my prototype. I used a Target Dollar Spot folder for this. The Target Dollar Spot folders are really nice looking, but they're very thin, so you just want to be careful with that. I had to reinforce the crease with tape. I'm not sure if you can see, but it looks like it's just gonna at some point tear into two pieces. If you are gonna use a Target Dollar Spot folders, just make sure you reinforce it before you use it, probably on both sides with some thick tape. These folders are a lot thicker, so there's additional steps because it's a thicker cardstock folder. For the sake of the video, I'm going to make my lines darker, but try to keep your lines as light as possible. To make things easier, what I like to do is go with the fold on the folder. Placement is also going to be a thing. With my placement here, as you can see, the gold gets wider, but I want some of this blue in here, so I'm going to cut it from the top and go down from here. For the sake of the video, I'm going to trace the line on the fold because I know it's hard to see on camera. So this line that I'm making right now is just the center fold. This is just the crease of the folder. My inserts are 3.5 inches wide. I prefer a folder that's just a little bit thinner, just to make sure that I don't get overhang. And if you don't know what that is, that's when you can see your inserts and everything kind of hang out. Just for preference, I'm just gonna do it just the tiniest bit more narrow. So instead of 3.5, maybe I'll do 2 centimeters shorter, let's say. I'm just gonna make a mark there, and then I'm gonna go on to this side. My ruler is here, starting here. And then I'm going to do 3.5, so take away 2 centimeters. And I'm measuring the width of my inserts from the center going out and then from the center going out this way. I like to do a couple of marks just so that my lines are straight. Now we have to do the length, and the length is 5.5 inches. So measuring from the top here, 5.5. Again, connecting the dots. I'm just gonna carry this line a little bit past or before that other line that we just made. So you see how I have extra space here? We're doing that for a reason. Now what we're gonna do to make that crease part is we're gonna measure 1 centimeter outward. We're gonna do 1 centimeter here and 1 centimeter up on top here. Same thing on the other side, 1 centimeter, and here at the corner, 1 centimeter. And then just line those two up, and then over here as well. Now for our pockets are going to be 6.5 centimeters, and that's gonna be the perfect size for cash. From the bottom, from that line, 6.5 centimeters. All right. And then I'm just gonna connect these two lines. I'm just gonna cut this out for now. You should end up with something like this. Now I'm going to measure 1 centimeter. Since I'm gonna do the gap and I have to center it, it's gonna be 0.5 centimeter on this side and 0.5 centimeter on this side from this line here. I feel so clumsy with these nails because I haven't had acrylic nails in like 5 years, so I'm just getting used to it for like the first time, it seems, and I feel so clumsy. It takes me forever to try to get washi tape off the roll, so I'm having fun. Okay, so just cutting that. It's better if you do this part with an X-Acto knife. You can use the scissors, but because this is thicker cardstock, I'm just gonna use the X-Acto knife. Okay, so now you have your gap. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and erase these lines because we don't need them anymore. more? Well, this one we need. The reason why you want to keep your lines light or erase them is because they can smudge your paper here. Now, this is going to be the fun part because this is where you can totally customize this and you could do different things. One thing that you can do is put kind of like a wallpaper here. This is really thin paper. This is from a notepad from the Target dollar spot. I can totally cut this out to size from here and then just glue this down, and then that could be like just the wallpaper background, which would be really cool. Another idea that I really like is getting Post-it notes. This I'm primarily going to use as like a money folder or for receipts. I can just put a sticky note here and I can write down like my budget. If I'm going to Michael's or whatever, I can just write down my budget for that store. It's perfect because it's going to go into your cash wallet or for your receipts. You can use it as a reference. You can put your grocery list in here, things like that. There's a ton of different things that you can do. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put washi tape and do like a washi tape wallpaper thing. I pre-peeled my washi tapes off the roll because I'm telling you, like, I'm not used to these nails. I just paint them, and the only reason why I paint them is for you guys. That's pretty much it. I have green and purple washi. I thought that would almost kind of sort of go with this. I thought it would look nice. I'm going to start with the arrows from this corner and then just line it up with the border. And you don't want to go all the way to the end here. You start where this line is. And keep in mind, this is going to fold over. So you have a buffer there. Just keep it within that buffer. I love watercolors. I'm just transitioning between like the purpley colors and the green tones. I'm sorry this video is kind of late. I try to put a video up once a week, but I don't have a clear day that I put them up. But I do that on purpose because I have some health issues that I'm facing. It makes it hard. Oh, this is so pretty. I haven't used these washies yet, so this is all a surprise to me. I have some health issues and it makes it hard sometimes to function and do what I want to do sometimes. But I'm trying to adhere to putting a video out once a week. Yeah, and I love to read your guys' comments and what you have to say. Like, you guys are so cool. Just keep those comments coming. Let me know if you have any other ideas for videos. I'm going to try to get a P.O. box soon so that we can do like snail mail and stuff like that. I think that would be really fun. Doesn't that look cool? Oh, I love this. I'm just gonna repeat the pattern all the way down. This would be great too, to do this washi wall on those thinner, like the Target dollar spot folders, because they're so thin. What I would do is put the tape down first, the clear tape, and then put the washi over it just to reinforce it and make that spine a lot thicker, and it'll last a lot longer. Look how cool that looks. You can even do this for the outside. Now I want to do it for the outside. This is cool. All right, when it comes to folding this is where it's different. If you have a thinner cardstock or a thinner folder, you don't necessarily have to take these steps, but I'll show you what you have to do for the thicker cardstock. It's gonna make it a lot easier. What you would do if you have a thicker cardstock is we're going to go over the line. I have my metal ruler here and I'm just putting that up to the crease, and I'm just going to ever so gently trace that line with the X-Acto knife. We're not cutting it, we're just making a line here on this side because it's gonna make it that much easier to fold it over. We want clean folded lines, and I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Since I've done this a couple times already, I know how much pressure to apply here, but you want to make sure not to cut through to this side. Now what we can do is pick this up, if I can do that with these nails, and now we can fold that over. And you want to do it slowly. I usually use my nails, but you can use a blunt object like this and then just go over that crease. Same thing with this one. And the gold seems to have gotten a little scratched right here. I don't mind that. It's probably just the surface of the table. Another thing that we're gonna do before we glue these down for decorative purposes, you don't have to do this. We're going to do 4 centimeters and then make a mark. We're just gonna connect this outer corner to that mark that we made and make a line. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna cut these out. And now we have our flaps. Doesn't that look so cool? I love the gold with the blue color. That's really nice. We're gonna fold these over as well. All right, so it's starting to look like a folder now. Ooh, it's like, oh, I'm so sleek and clean looking, but I have a party on the inside. What? All we have to do now is create the little cuts so that our folder can open all the way. See how that line goes down? I'm just gonna make a line going down like so. Make a line here and then just like that. And what I can do, pull these down, close this up. I have my borders out and I can make sure to match a top part. These are my lines, if you can see. I'm going to do a little triangle cut. Okay, so I have a little triangle there. Now do that to the top and bottom. Another thing that you can do for preference, you don't have to have this top tab here. You can always just make sure you have clean lines on the top washi part and then cut this off and round this corner here. All that's left is to glue the folder together. I have this adhesive roller. And in any case, you should put a weighted book, some kind of heavy object on the top. You don't want to make the mistake that I made and use those binder clips. You don't want to use those because they can make creases in your folder. Now you're gonna fold this flap up and then this flap is gonna go right on the top. And see, everything lines up perfectly, so it's awesome. And then this is just gonna go over here and I'm just making sure that folds nicely and everything is touching the glue. Again, fold this down, fold the flap over with the adhesive, and same thing to this side. These are like all my favorite colors rolled into one folder. And that's our folder. Look how cool that looks. I'm more impressed with the inside. But this looks, again, really polished. Let's test this out. Oh, one more thing. I forgot a step. What you want to do, again, if you're putting it into your leather notebook, because of the bands, the other step is to hole punch the top and the bottom at the crease. This is my crease. I'm just going to do half a hole punch on the top and then half on the bottom. And this is easy on the bottom because we made that slit. And you only need that slit if you're going to put it into the folder. So it doesn't matter if you're putting it into, you know, like one of these. This is my Recollections binder sneak peek because I'm gonna do a video setup. But see, you can easily put that on there. See, that even looks nice in here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, if you're going to just put it in there, you don't need this and you don't need those little holes. But since we're gonna primarily use it for this guy, all you're gonna do is thread this through and line that in the center, and there's your folder. Isn't that awesome? Just to show you, based on our measurements, the cash fits in there awesomely. And we have $5 because we're balling today. Isn't that cool? Oh, love it. Love watercolor. There's the folder, you guys. I love it. Beautiful. All right, guys, well, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, links are always below, and I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.